Hi, my name is Tom. My pronouns are he, him, his. I am a cis white gay man with salt and pepper hair and pink glasses. I am making this video from the city that's currently known as Milwaukee, which occupies the stolen lands of the Potawatomi and Menominee nations. If you're watching this, you've been invited to take some time for yourself. This video and activity will help you tune into how you're feeling right now. It will allow your mind to settle for a couple of minutes, and hopefully it will help you start to understand yourself just a little bit more. With all the turmoil happening around us and in the world right now, it's so important to pause, to slow down, and observe how we feel on the inside. Self-reflection might be a new practice for you. You might find that it's uncomfortable, it might feel silly, you might find yourself asking, why am I doing this right now? That's okay. Feeling self-conscious is a natural part of trying new things. So don't be too hard on yourself. Just do your best to keep an open mind, approach your thoughts with curiosity and care without judgment or shame, trusting your inner voice. And I'm here to support you. You are safe with me, I promise. Since this is a vulnerable space and a safe space, I ask that you respect yourself by showing up with your full attention. Try to eliminate any distractions around you as much as you can. Turn off your phone, turn off the TV, tell your roommate you need to be left alone for the next 15-20 minutes, whatever it takes. And feel free to take a minute to set those boundaries, pause the video if you need to, and really get comfortable in your space. Grab a glass of water, grab a blanket, light a candle, whatever you need. For this creative self-reflection, there are a few ways that you can participate. You can doodle or draw, you can collage, you can write, whether that's poetry or journaling. You could even paint if you want to. So go gather the materials that you need, whether that's crayons, markers, stickers, magazines, and glue. Again, pause the video if you need to, and then we can move on with the activity. In this activity, we'll be reflecting on just one prompt, and we'll spend 15 minutes on that prompt. So we'll be together just for 15 minutes today, not asking for a lot of your time. You can choose to respond to the prompt in whatever way feels right to you. You can be as literal or as interpretive as you want. I just ask that you let your imagination, not your inhibitions, lead the way. And don't worry about getting stuck. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to guide you, to gently direct your thoughts, to help you focus so you can think clearly about the prompt. We'll spend 15 minutes together, and I'll start the timer now. I want to start by inviting you to visualize a younger version of yourself. This can be you a couple years ago, or you as a child or a teenager. I chose to visualize myself as a 13-year-old, so if that feels right to you, you can do the same. And once you've tapped into a younger version of yourself, go ahead and portray that person on the paper in front of you. Maybe you draw this younger version of yourself as a stick figure. That's okay. It doesn't have to be a masterful work of art. Maybe you try turning yourself into a cartoon. Maybe you go for a more realistic rendering. Or maybe you go completely abstract. What colors, symbols, shapes, patterns, textures do you associate with yourself at this age? Is there a song that represents you at that age? Write down the lyrics to that song if you want. As you draw, or write, or paint, or collage, think about what you looked like at that age, and be as specific as possible. That's the fun part. This is the creative part. What was your hairstyle? What were your favorite outfits? Did you follow the trends of the time, or were you doing your own thing? Try to capture some of that on the paper in front of you. So keep drawing yourself at this age. Spend a few more minutes on this visual representation of a younger you. Keep in mind that it doesn't have to be a finished work of art. You aren't being graded on this. No one is judging you or your creative talents. In fact, nobody even has to see this if you don't want to share it. If you feel any self-criticisms coming up, gently let those thoughts fade away. We don't need to listen to those inner haters right now. Haters gonna hate. And while you work, take nice deep breaths, breathing in through your nostrils, stomach and rib cage expanding fully. Fill up your belly with air and breathe out through your mouth. And as you exhale, let your shoulders fall away from your ears. Keep breathing deeply like this throughout the activity. So we'll spend 2 more minutes here. Use this time to get reacquainted with this younger you. What did you like to do? Did you have any hobbies or special interests? Who did you spend time with? At the time, how did you think of yourself? Either positively or negatively. What was your perception of yourself, of your life? Throughout the rest of this activity, there will be moments of silence. I offer this silence to you as an opportunity to listen to yourself. I'm still here with you, I'm still guiding you, still helping you express yourself creatively, but the voice inside you is far more important than mine, so try to tune into it. We're approaching the 5-minute mark, so we're about a third of the way through the activity. And by now you have a pretty clear visual of this younger version of yourself. You've started to think about what you were like at that time, and I want to dig a little deeper here. Feel free to keep working on your drawing, or you can pause to reflect with me for the next couple minutes. Thinking back on that time in your life, what are some of the things you were going through? You can be as vulnerable as you want to be. You can really dig deep if you want, but you don't have to. I recommend not revisiting anything traumatic at this point, unless you feel particularly safe to do so. But what was happening in your life then? What are the experiences that stand out to you now? What are the memories that are coming forth? And if you feel like reflecting on this time in your life is leading you to a dark place or a place that you're not comfortable going, turn your attention back to your breath. Take some more deep breaths, breathing in through your nostrils, feeling the air. How does it feel in your nose and the back of your throat as it goes into your lungs? Feeling your stomach and ribcage expand. And as you breathe out, let your shoulders relax. Feel the oxygen spread throughout your body, filling all of your cells. Now, let's pick out one particular experience that's standing out to you from this time in your life. What is one scenario or one memory that's coming up? What happened? Who was around? Where were you? How did that experience make you feel at the time? How did you respond in the moment? Do you remember what thoughts were going through your mind? So we're focusing on one particular memory, one particular experience from this point in our lives. Was there something you said or did that you wish you hadn't? Or conversely, was there something you didn't do or say that you wish you had? Think about that for a minute or so. As you reflect on that, take a sip of water. Keep breathing deeply. So we've picked out one particular experience from this time in our life. We're thinking about how we felt, what we thought, how it impacted us. They say hindsight is 2020, so we're going to lean into that. We're really going to put that to the test. We're going to use that to our advantage to learn more about ourselves. So using the knowledge and the experience that you have now, what do you think that younger version of you wanted to say? The language you have access to now might be able to better communicate what you were thinking than the language you had access to then. That's natural. That's a sign of growth, of maturity. So, what did this younger version of you want to say? Think about that for 2 minutes. Don't overthink it though. Trust your instinct. Usually, the first thing that comes to mind is pretty telling, so maybe just go with that. And feel free to keep drawing or simply sit and reflect on this. Once you've figured out what the younger you is saying, write it down. Maybe you already have. props to you for knowing what was coming next. But really channel this message onto the paper in front of you. And this is where we're going to spend the rest of our time together. So a little bit less than 3 minutes now. Just writing down what this younger version of ourself is yearning to say. I chose to write mine in a speech bubble coming from my lips, so I could literally see myself saying it. You can do that if you want, or something different. You know, write down this message in big block letters or in gentle cursive. Maybe you draw another figure, another person in your drawing, someone else that you'd want to say it to. Whatever feels right to you. So take another couple minutes and feel free to embellish your words as much as you want. Add hearts and stars, exclamation points, underline certain words if you want. And if you feel like more words are coming forward, don't hold them back. Write it all down. Even if it ends up being an entire speech, get it onto the paper. Get it off your chest. There's about 1 minute left in this activity. You can keep working on your drawing if you need more time, you know, pause the video. But I'm gonna start wrapping us up here in the last minute. But before I do, I'd like you to show some love to this younger version of you. Express your gratitude for this younger version of you. Say thank you. Thank you for coming forward. Thank you for sharing that message with me. Remind them that they're safe, that they're loved. Some things that are coming forth for me are, you know, you got this. You made it. You're gonna make it. Thank you for trusting me with your words. So now I want to take a couple minutes to gently transition out of this activity. We just spent 15 minutes digging around in our inner worlds. So let's take some time to come back to the surface. Take some more deep breaths. Again, breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth, letting all of your muscles relax. Roll your shoulders. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Really remind yourself of your physical being, the physical realm and the present moment. Notice the space around you, taking in the sights and the sounds of your environment. And as we finish transitioning back to the external world, think about the activity we did. Think about what I've said and the thoughts and the feelings that came up for you. And decide what you want to take with you as you go about the rest of your day. Thank you for joining me. I am super grateful for the ways that you choose to show up for yourself, and I hope you're proud of yourself too. What you just did may seem silly or insignificant, but I promise it makes a difference, especially if you make a habit of it. So keep practicing self-reflection, keep showing up for yourself, keep trusting yourself, and giving yourself time to pause and reflect on how you feel and how you think. I love you. Peace be with you. Have a great rest of your day.